He's cleaning a 2002 GMC truck, and the owner has restored the truck, and we're going to two-tone the truck. The truck itself could have been left unpainted on the bottom section, but in this particular case it's painted, so we'll watch Vic install the product. Now what he's done is he's measured the size and cut it to size, and then he tacks it down. He puts a cloth over a squeegee to prevent scratching and sweeps out positioning fluid. He uses a razor sharp Olfa type knife to trim the edges, and Ricochet can be wrapped around the edges, so in a case like this where he's got the bottom panel, he can wrap that underneath the door and protect the edge of the paint on the door as well. And also you see no line. So he sprays both sides of the vinyl, the glue first, and he's got his fingers wet so he doesn't leave any marks in the glue, and he just tacks it in place. All been pre-measured, of course. And it kind of smooths it out so it runs right up against the trim mold. Here's him doing it again, and he's doing it on the extended cab part of the door here. And same procedure, just slides it up against the molding and tacks it down. Make sure he's got enough for both sides. Then he'll just squeegee that application fluid out from behind. You can see the silver and the black going to be quite a striking difference to this truck. Again, with the cloth on the squeegee, out comes the positioning fluid. He sweeps from the middle to the outside edges in a herringbone type pattern. The cloth also helps pick up moisture in tight areas so that the product sticks better, but it'll evaporate right through that Ricochet product and go perfectly flat in a couple of days in normal weather. And you can see how easy it was for him to just bend it around the curve. A very flexible product if it's installed above 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees centigrade. And he'll just take that knife, and the nice thing about, again, with the Ricochet product is that when he scores along to make his cuts, he only has to cut part the way through the Ricochet material. He doesn't mark the paint at all. And then he can just pull the excess off and it'll peel right down that score line. And here's a good shot of where it extended over the edges, and he's heated it with a heat gun, and now he's just bending it right around and protecting the actual paint edge of the door. So it can be folded in. If he does get some wrinkling on the inside, he just cuts darts into the wrinkling areas and it'll sit down perfect and look like the whole front and back part of the door was painted. Here he's matching a fender flare and just cutting the excess again with a scoring technique, just scoring the product so that it matches on the joints. We're going to go up and around that whole entire fender flare. Again, heating the product to fold that product into the inside of the vehicle. Doing the same on the bottom of the door, wrapping it around so that you don't get any paint chips on the edge. And the heating actually helps change the memory of the plastic so that it won't try and pull away. So he heats it up, puts a little pressure on it at the same time. Probably do that 2 or 3 times just to make sure that the edges, see he's got that edge bent already, and he's heating up one more time. Now we're going to watch him do the hood. And again, he's making sure he's got it perfectly clean. He's measured the product out and left the release liner on it. good to have an assistant with a piece of product this big. So he sprays both sides of the product and then measures to make sure, after he's pulled the release liner off, that he's got the same distance from the back edge of the hood to the edge of the product. Didn't quite have it, so you can hold it down, pick the product back up, do this numerous times, and reapply positioning fluid. So you'll check again. There, he's got it this time. Now he's starting from the middle, herringbone pattern, working down to the front, and we've got a lot of compound curves in the front, so he's straightening out the back edge first so that it'll be tacked down and in place, and this will allow him to apply a little bit of pressure to go around the curves at the front of the hood. And when he does go over the edge, this is a shot of him here putting a couple of release cuts into the hood itself. There's the finished product, a two-tone truck that's protected against rock chips.